So what are validation rules? Validation rules are used to verify whether the data what you are entering is according to your organizational requirement or not. Validation rules will verify whether the data what you are entering is it according to your business requirement or not. According to my business requirement, age should not be less than 25 years. If anybody is registering with age above 25, accept, less than 25, reject. Now, is it Salesforce requirement? It is not Salesforce requirement. It is your business requirement. According to your business, applied date cannot be less than today. Now, validation rules are used to verify whether the format of the data what you are entering is it according to the business requirement or not. Now, how many types of validation rules we have? There are two types of validation rules we have. One is standard validation rules, other one is custom validation rule. When I say standard validation rules, these are the rules which are created by the Salesforce. What are those rules? Required fields entered or not? Data what you entered is according to your data type or not. Now, data type of the field is currency. I am entering the date. It throws error, invalid format. Data type you have taken as a date. I am entering a text value. It throws error. Who is going to check this format? System is going to check. System validation rules. These are created by the Salesforce to verify whether required fields are entered or not. At the time of creating a field, some of the fields you give as required. If you don't enter that field, I have to throw error message. At the time of creating a field, I told it is a required field. Without entering that field, if you save the data, it throws error message. It will verify whether the data type and data is compatible or not. This is what we are going to see as a system validation rules. Custom validation rules. According to your business, whatever the requirements you want to create, they are called custom validation rules. They are designed by you and requirement is given by you. I hope you are clear. Now, when are these validation rules are going to be verified? When you create a new record, it will check the validation. When you create a new record, it will check the validation. Validation rules are verified when a new record is created or existing record is modified. Validation rules are verified when a new record is created or existing record is modified. Validation rules are verified when a new record is created or existing record is modified. I hope you are clear. Okay. So let me give you. What is the purpose? These are used. Check the format of the data. These are used to verify whether data is compatible when are the validation rules verified? Validation verified on record create or update. When a record is created or updated, validation rules are going to be verified. There are two types of validation rules. System validation rule. Custom validation rules. What are system validation rules? These are created by they will check whether required field is entered or not. Check whether data is compatible with data type or not. They are created by Salesforce. They will check whether required field is entered or not. They will check whether data is compatible with data type or not. Now, custom validation rules. These are created by the user as per the business requirement. Now, when the rule is true, throw error message. When the rule is true, then throw error message. When the rule is true, throw error message. We are going to define a rule. If the rule is true, throw error message. So when the rule is true, it will print error message. When the rule is false, save the record. I'll take example. Use case 1. Use case 1. What is this use case 1? Object. Field. Rule. If email value is blank, email field not be blank. Now, what is the object? On the lead object, I am writing a rule on email. What is that? If email field is blank, throw error message. You cannot create a record with email field as a blank. You cannot create a record with email field as a blank. So when a new record is created, if the email field is blank, throw error message. So go back to this. Setup. Build, customize, lead, validation. Email rule. I just told email rule. What is the rule? Is blank. If the email is blank, check the syntax. Then go to the lead. Email field cannot be blank. So without entering the email, if I save the record, the error message is given. Right, boss? Basic example. I hope you are good with this. Okay. Now, how are you creating the rule? How are you creating the rule? So go to setup, build, customize. Why I am going for a customize? Existing objects, existing standard objects. Go to validation rules, go to the rule and create. I hope you are good with this. Clear for everyone? Okay. Now here I will apply some more functions. Come again. If it is not a standard object, set up, build, create. If it is Seema, if you are writing a validation, object should be there. You know object, how you create a validation? So object is either standard object or a custom object. On existing object only you are going to create, right? If it is a standard object, you go to customize. If it is a custom object, create. Okay. Okay. Let us go to next functionality. Now I will create is pickval. So formulas and validation use same functions. That's the reason some of the functions we are covering from validation. Now this function will be available in formula as well as validation. Whatever the functions we learned in the formulas, same functions will be available in the validation also. Whatever the functions we are learning in the validation, same will be available in formula. So some I am giving there, some I am giving here. Okay. Is pickval. What is is pickval? I have a city. When I say city, any one of the options should be selected from city. Now, how do you know which option you have selected? You may choose either Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai or none. I want to check whether you have selected Hyderabad or not. I want to check whether the option what you selected is Hyderabad or not. I want to check whether the option what you have selected is Hyderabad or not. So how do you check? Is pickval, name of the field, is pickval, name of the field, then I have. So if the option what you selected in the pick list is Hyderabad, if the option what you selected in the pick list is not Hyderabad, now it is only applied for what? Pick list fields. If the option what you have selected, if the option what you have selected is Hyderabad, it will give you true. Otherwise, it will give you false. Is pickval. It is applied only on pick list fields. It is applied only on pick list fields, right? Is pickval. Again, I am making clear. These functions are available in formulas as well as validation. If the option what we have selected is given literal, is pickval city Hyderabad. If the option what we have selected is Hyderabad, then it will return true, otherwise false. Right, boss? Is pick well, pick list field, comma literal. I hope you are good with this. Now, example I'll give.
Sir, the literal value should be in single quotes.
Obviously, it's a string, right? Options are string.
Oh,
So I want to compare whether the option selected is Hyderabad or not. What is Hyderabad? It is not a token. It's a string. That is the reason I gave within the single quotes. Okay.
okay.
Next, I want to check whether stage what you have selected. What do you give it? Is pick well. Example, check the lead source. Lead source is how do you check? Is pick well. This is applying for only what? Pick list field. This is applied for only pick list field. Is pick well. I hope you're good. Then, what if you want to check multiple conditions? What if you want to check multiple condition? Everybody passed BTech, right? Without copying. You know this and or operators, right? What is it and? And what is it and? Condition 1, condition 2. What was this? If all the condition that if all the conditions are true, it will be true. It will run true. Then, if you want to check, we have one more option. What is that? R. If any one or more conditions are true, so what we have? And R. Here I will take example. City is Hyderabad and place is Islamabad. How you define and is pick all of condition 1. Stage name is prospect. Stage name is prospecting and close date is today. Stage name is prospecting. Close date is today. Close date equal to what is that? We are applying multiple condition. Condition 1. What is the first condition? Stage name is prospecting or not. Second condition, close date equal to today or not. So if you want to apply multiple conditions, we will go with the AND operator. Similarly, that is with OR operator. Okay. Now let us take a use case now. lead. If lead source is web and email is blank, if lead source is web and email is blank, then throw error message. If lead source is web and email is blank, then throw error message. So how will you give it? Lead source is web. If lead source is web and email is blank, is blank of. If lead source is web, email is blank, then throw error message. If lead source is web, email is blank, then throw error message. Are you getting my point? I have a condition. So how do you create? Setup, build, customize, leads, validation. New validation. So what is the rule we have? And is lead source is web, if lead source is web, email is blank, then throw error message. What is the error message? Email cannot be blank. So on the top of the page or on the field? I want to print on the top of the field. On which field I want to print? Till now we got error on the top, but I want the error to be on field. Lead source. So we got email cannot be blank when the lead source is. I hope you are good. So basically, we are just trying to understand the existing functions and trying to apply some validations. Okay. So what are the functions we have seen? Is equal and or. Is equal and or. I hope you are good. Next, I told boss run the validation rule when a record is created or existing record is modified. When a new record is created, it will check the validation rule. When the existing record is modified also, it will check the validation. When a new record is created, it will check the validation rule. When existing record is modified also, it will check the validation. So what I am saying, boss, check the rule only when a new record is created. Now you have got a choice, new record or existing record. But what these people are asking, don't check the rule when existing record is modified. Check the rule only when a new record is created. So basically, validation rule will run when a new record is created or existing record is modified. But what is our condition now? It is saying, don't check the rule if the existing record is modified. Check the rule only when the new record is created. So when a new record is getting created, then only I want to check the rule. So we have is new. What is this is new? True. If the validation rule is fired, this will return true if the validation rule is fired due to new record. This will return true if the validation rule is fired due to new record. Use case. Opportunity rule. What is the rule? When a new opportunity is created, when a new opportunity is created and close date is less than today. Close date cannot be less than today. So when a new opportunity is created, close date cannot be less than today. So what I'm doing, go back, setup, build, customize, opportunities, validation rule, new opportunity. What is the condition? It is a new opportunity. And how do you know it's a new opportunity? If it is new, close date less than. If close date is less than today, throw error message. So let us take somebody has created record. What is the close date? 26th. Less than today. I am trying to modify existing record. If you modify existing record, it is not throwing any error message. Right. Let me create a new record. Right, boss? So this is how basically. So we want to check the validation only when a new record is created. Right. Similarly, somebody has a condition. What is this condition? Boss, check the validation rule only when existing record is modified. Don't check the rule if a new record is created. So I have two choices. Check the rule when a new record is created or check the rule when the existing record is modified. So what is the requirement? The requirement is check the validation rule. Check the validation rule when a existing record is modified. So let us take this. Is changed of field name. This will return true when a value of given field is modified. This will return true when a value of a given field is modified. Is changed of field name. This will return true when a value of a given field is modified. This will return true when a value of a given field is modified. This will return true only when the value of a given field is modified. I hope you are clear. Right. No. Phone number is modified. Now I have prior value. Now you modify. Satish is modified to Satish Maila. Now when you say name, you get the latest value. I want to get the previous value. Now here I am giving here. Now this is the old value. Modifying it as now when I save it, Salesforce admin is the name. Salesforce is the prior value. So if you want to, when the value of a field is modified, if you want to refer to the old value, then we say prior value. Prior value will refer to what? Old value of a field. Prior value will refer to what? Old value of a field. If I want to refer to the old value, I will give prior value. So I have prior value. What it is going to give you? Prior value is going to return you when a field is modified. When a field is modified, this will run old value. When a field is modified, this will run old value. This will run old value. When a field is modified, this will run old value. Let's see. Name is right, boss. When the field is modified, if I say name, it is going to give latest value. If I say prior value, it is going to give modified value. I hope you are good with this. Prior value. And let us take a use case. Rule. What is the rule? When the amount is and old amount is more than then it will run true. When the amount field is modified, old value is more than new amount value, then it will run true. Sorry. So how do you check? And if amount is changed, prior value of amount is greater than, if the value of amount is modified and the old value of amount is greater than the new amount, then throw error message. So what are the functions we have? Is changed and prior value. Is changed and prior value. I hope you are good with this. People have followed this. Clear? Clear, boss? Okay. Now let us build all together object, tab, fields, formulas, validation, all of them together. Let us create one example. Now we have loan object. We had a loan object. In the loan, what are the fields we had? Applied, phone, salary, city. Let us build some fields. How do you fill the fields? Build schema builder. I have a group of fields to create, so I am using a schema builder. Here I am creating some fields. First, Loan type. What type of loan you are applying? Housing. Then, what is the security? When you are applying for a loan, on what basis you are applying a loan? On salary based or on asset? Then, what are the fields we had? Applied amount is there. Applied amount and salary. Okay. Asset cost. What is the cost of your asset? Then applied date. Applied date. Then what all the fields I have created, they will not be available on the, they're not available here. Okay. So what should I do? Go to the layout. Add the fields. Then I have loan type, security, applied amount, salary. Then we have asset cost, phone number. Because they will not be visible, I created this. Okay. Now let me create some options here. Now I want to create some formulas. What is that? What is the processing fee? Processing fee. Then what is the maximum amount that can be sanctioned? I want to write some validation, some formulas. Right? I'll give you exercises. Let us do this. Now, next interest rate. Okay, first let us start with the use case. What is the object? What is the prerequisite for this? Create loan object. Hold on. Replaced. Ready. Then we had what is the salary? Right, this is how we created. So use case 1. Now field. What is the field you want to create? Processing fee. What is the rule? If loan type verification 1000 Now create this formula. Loan type is what type of field is this? Pick list. Now if we choose the loan type as education 1000, housing 2000, personal 3000, none 0. If you have multiple choice, what is the format I have to prefer? If you have multiple option, I have to prefer case, right? So what is the formula? If loan type is personal, if none of the above, if you don't choose any one of the option, it becomes none. If it is none, they are going to get right. So what is the use case? Create a use case for creating a processing fee. Now what type of result we are getting? Currency. So this is the format. The next are getting. I'm not creating this for copying it. I'm asking you to write. Okay. So use case 2. On which object you are creating the use case? What is the field you want to create? Interest rate. I want you to create a field called interest rate. What type of value you are expecting? What type of result we are expecting? Percent. What is the rule? Loan type. If it is housing, 12%, which I can give it as 0. None. Now create a formula to calculate the interest rate. Now write the formulas. People are always happy to watch. Right? Create the formula. Create the formula. The formula, what is the field you are trying to create? Interest rate. You want to create a formula called interest rate whose value is calculated based on the given rule. Now based on the above formula, just create it. So what is the format you are supposed to create? What is the format I was supposed to take? What is the format I was supposed to take? Case. We have multiple choice. We are supposed to go with loan type.
So here we need to create the case for field itself now. Why we are creating for the loan, the object.
Now based on the loan type only interest will come.
Okay.
Right. Now User may choose any type of the loan what you want. So user will not enter what is the loan. System will have to generate what is the interest rate. Interest rate should be generated by system, not by the user. I will not enter the interest rate. User will enter the interest rate. So housing we have personal. Right. The third one. Use case 3. Object. Then field. Service tax. Type of value we are expecting. Currency. Now rule, if applied date is before, your applied date is before 23rd of August 2018, then service tax is 5%. % of applied amount. If applied date is after 23rd of August, now create the formula. Here is the formula. What is the format in which you write? A simple if condition. People are following. People who are new to the software, who are not from CSC department. So what was that? If applied date less than date of, what was that, 2018 August, greater than I have to write vice versa. Your system will not it give a error message here. Shall let me give. If we give less than symbol, it will consider as a tag. If applied date is less than this, then applied amount into 5%. Otherwise, applied amount right, boss. This is how we create. Then let us go to the next use case. I hope you are good with this. Now let us create one more formula. Use case 4. Sanction amount. Sanction amount type is object loan, sanction amount, currency. What is the rule we had? If security. Rule is based on security. Now people have to understand this. If security is asset, 60% of asset cost is sanction. If security is salary, then loan type. If security is salary, then check the loan type. If loan type is personal, 24 times of salary is sanctioned. Write this formula. If security, you want to calculate the sanction amount. If security is asset, if you applied for the loan based on the asset, 60% of your asset cost will be given. If you apply for the loan based on the salary, then if it is housing loan, then 120 times of your salary. If it is a personal loan, 24 times of your salary. If it is education loan, 48 times of your salary. Now create a formula to calculate this. Now we have to take a combination of if and case. Both together you have to take. Now write the formula for this. Create a formula to check this.
If
Write the formula. Everyone write the formula. Right. What is the condition you create? If security is asset, then asset cost into, if the security what we selected is asset, 60% of asset cost. If it is not asset, there are two possibilities. One is salary, other one is none. If it is asset, okay. If it is not asset, salary or none. So I am giving if is equal of if it is salary, if salary, then check out. Loan type. Education. If loan type is education, 48 times of if loan type is education, 48 times. If it is housing, 120 times. When if the security is salary. If it is not salary, none will be coming. If it is none, 0. You get my point? If it is asset, this is the value. If it is not asset, this is the value. Not asset, this is the value. Now in this again check. Again check. If it is salary, this is the value. Not salary, 0 is the value. Right, boss? I hope you are clear. You can keep complex. Okay, applying the complexity. Then let us go for validations on the same object. I hope you are good.
Satish, I have a question.
Yes.
In the above one, instead of to if, can we use if else?
There is no if else conditions here. Only if will be there. Only if. In the formulas we have only if. Else is also coming with the statement 2. If condition, statement 1, else, statement 2. You will not write else. Already it is what? If condition, statement 1, statement 2. If condition is true, statement 1. Condition is false, statement 2. Condition is false means what? Else only, no? Right?
Okay, thank you.
Now, let us go to the next one. Apply the use case. Object. Now we'll apply some validations now. Applied it. So what was this? Rule. When a new loan is created, applied date should be created and applied date is less than through error message. Applied date when new loan is created and applied date is less than today, then throw error message. Write the validation. So what we are doing, when a new loan is created and applied date is less than today, throw error message. Now write the validation rule for this. Now, how did you create this? And is new. And applied date less than, write it vice versa. Next use case. So generally we compare applied date is less than today or not. You are doing vice versa, no issue. So object loan, then okay, rule. What is the rule? If security is salary and salary field is blank, if security is salary and salary field is null, throw error message. If security is asset and asset cost is null, there are two conditions involved. Either first condition is true, or if first condition is true, throw error message, or second condition is true. What is the first condition? Security, salary, null. What is the second condition? Security, asset cost is null. So if first set is true or second set is true, throw error message. Now write the validation. What is the formula? So we are going to give R. Then check, and what is an is equal security is equal security is if security is salary and is null of if security is salary and salary is null, then throw error message. Or else when you say or, either this can be true or this can be true.
So why can't we use the if condition over here?
Pardon me? Now, if you give if condition, you will get a value, but I want to get true or false. If you give a if condition, condition is true, okay. If condition is true, what do you want to do? I don't want value. I want to generate error. So I will need to get what? True or false. I need a true or false. If else I'll use if I want to get a value. But here I don't want a value.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Then I'll get is null of this is how we create. So if the first condition is true or second condition is true, it is going to throw error message. So this is how we had created an object. Couple of fields are created. On the fields we are creating a formula and we are creating some validation rules as per your business requirement. I hope you are good. Right. So whatever the conditions I have given, based on that, complete this exercise. Okay. So this is how creation of objects and fields with the formulas and validations are done. Any other queries from anyone? Okay. Now we need to understand next concept. What was that? Relations. What was that? Relations. And we need to look at this. Everyone, as of now, what did you do? I created a records here. Let us see. Education, salary. Now, how many records I am inserting? One by one record. Click on, somebody asked me yesterday how to create a record. Click on the tab, new, How I am creating a records? One by one record I am creating. Boss, I don't want to create one by one record. I want to upload 10,000 records at a day. We are manually creating one by one record. No, from external system, I am getting an Excel sheet. It has 50,000 records. I want to insert all the 50,000 records at a day. Then what will you do? Then we are going to use a concept called data loader to upload the bulk amount of data. Right now at this level, what we are doing? We are creating one by one record manually. But if you have a bulk amount of record, 10,000 records need to be created. I have an Excel sheet which contains 10,000 records. All those 10,000 records should be inserted. There I am going to use a concept called data loader or import wizard. Right? The first concept. Second concept. When I click on the tab, what we are able to see? This is a name field, right? On every object, what we are going to get? Name field. In the loan object, there are a lot of fields. But which fields you are able to see here? Which fields you are able to see? Only loan number. What about the remaining fields? Right. Boss, when you click on the tab, loan object is opening. In the loan object, only only one field is getting displayed. I want to display other fields. So what will I do? Go to the object. What we are finding here? Go to the loan object. Object, standard fields. Then we have custom fields. If you write any validations, you will be finding the validation rules here. How do you create validations here? Look at this validation rule, new validation rule, create. If you scroll down, page layout. If you scroll down, what you are finding here? Search layout. In the search layout, what we have? Load. Click on edit. Click on edit. When you click on edit, loan type, security, applied amount, applied date. When I give this, when somebody click on the loan, which fields of the loan should be displayed? Previously, what are you finding? Only loan number. When you click on the tab, which fields of the record should be displayed on the home page? That we are going to control by going with the search layout. How are you going to a search layout? Go to the object, go to menu. Now why? Every time I cannot say setup, build, create object. That's why click on the tab, force.com menu, view fields, then come down here, scroll down, search layout, you have what? Same thing you want to apply for a customer. Customer, what is visible here? Customer ID. Go here, view fields, search layout, customer tab. Right? This is how we are doing. I hope you are good with this. Now, we have a lot of records. Let us go to this. We have a lot of records. Now, I don't want to see all the records at a day. So, I have what? Create. If you have 10,000 records, how will you see the 10,000 records? I cannot see all the records at a day. I want to classify them. So what was that? Create. I told I have condition where industry equal to so what happened? Only those records whose industry is energy, they will be displayed here. Account name, now which fields? If industry equal to energy, show this. Save to me. So what happened? Industry energy, we are getting energy records. Now I want to say new. This what was this called? All records, all the list of accounts. Now you can classify your last week records. They have created, what was this called? List view. You can create when you have 1,000 records. You can classify them. Hyderabad records, show me Hyderabad records, show me Bangalore records. You can create a condition and say which records you want to see. Because I cannot go through every record. I can create my own condition. This is called as what? List view. This is available on every object. Customer, you have view all. They can give, create new. If city equal to Bangalore, which fields? First name, last name. This is how we are creating, right? All Bangalore. We can create our own condition. What was that page called? List view page. List view page. Now, where the formula fields will be visible? On the detail page of the record. Where the formula fields will be visible? On the detail page of the record. I hope you are clear with this. Okay. Next concept of what we are going to learn is relation. That I will be covering in the next class. But let me give you an overview. What is that relation? Establishing a connection between two or more tables. Establishing a relation between two or more tables. Let us say, generally, I want to store student data. What was the data I want to store? Look at this. Name of the student, first name. Semester. Some year, mark, semester. Let us say I am storing the data of the student. I am storing the data of the student. That 190 is possible only in JNTU, boss. Okay. So this is how we got. Now in this, what is happening? What is happening? Some data is redundant. The same data repeating number of times. Same data repeating number of times. Redundant data, redundant data, redundancy, redundancy. Same data is repeating. Redundancy. Same data is repeating. So what the people are doing? Instead of entering the same data multiple times, they splitted the table into multiple tables, so that they can search for the data easily. They can improve the performance of the. So they are told first name. What is the data which is repeating? This is the data which is repeating, right? First name, last name, and full. And what is not repeating? I can give name. Basically, I was supposed to give the same data repeatedly. Okay. Now I was supposed to give the data. This is how I created. Then here, let us say, so because of this, what happened? Because this, what happened? Whatever the data that is repeating, we have avoided, right? Redundancy is removed. Redundancy is removed. So when you are removing the redundancy, what will happen? Now we are simplified. When you split into multiple tables, both the tables will have a relation, right? These tables will have a relation. So how do you establish the relation? Whenever you are designing a database, the people will decide in the same format. Okay, don't make a single table, break them into multiple tables, make them short, so that retrieving will be very faster, performance will increase, and we can avoid duplicates. Now, when you are splitting the data into multiple tables like this, then what will happen? When you are splitting the data into multiple tables, we need to establish the relation. So how the relations will be established? If you go with a regular database, people will use primary key, secondary key, foreign key concepts. But here in the Salesforce, we have a concept called relations. If you go for a regular database, they will be using a primary key, secondary key, and foreign key. But in the Salesforce, we'll be going for a concept of relations. So what is that relation? We have master detail, lookup relation, junction object, hierarchical relation. Like these concepts we are going to use and establish a relation between tables. Here we don't use primary key, secondary key, foreign key. Here we are going to use master detail, okay, lookup, hierarchical, junction object, and create relation. That is the topic what we are going to discuss tomorrow. I hope everyone is good. Sure. That's all from my end. See you all in the next session.